Ford just turned the 2027 F-150 into 7 completely different trucks, and choosing the wrong engine could cost you far more than you think. If you've been staring at the F-150 configurator, trying to figure out which powertrain actually fits your life, this decision matters more than most buyers realize. One of these engines is a legendary Super Duty V8 that has never been offered in a half-ton pickup before, while another delivers supercar-level performance in a factory truck. And by the end of this lineup, you'll understand why the 2027 F-150 isn't just an update, it's Ford splitting the truck market into 7 completely different worlds. Number 7. 5.0-liter V8 Coyote. The Coyote isn't chasing outrageous numbers in the 2027 lineup. It's expected to deliver around 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. And for a huge portion of F-150 buyers, that's exactly the sweet spot. What this engine truly offers is personality. No turbos, no boost thresholds, no extra layers of complexity standing between the throttle and the wheels. Power builds naturally as the revs climb. Predictable, linear, and mechanical in a way turbocharged engines still struggle to imitate. After years of drivers dealing with turbo lag under load, that tiny hesitation right when power is needed most, the Coyote's immediate response feels connected and effortless. Imagine merging onto a highway with a loaded bed. The Coyote gives exactly what your right foot demands, without waiting to catch up. The compromise is a towing ceiling that sits below the turbocharged V6 options. But the overall driving experience feels smooth, honest, and less dependent on software to remain reliable long-term. The Coyote is the traditionalist's engine, but the next powertrain makes it seem almost modern by comparison, because Ford is heading somewhere the half-ton segment has genuinely never gone before. Number 6. 7.3-liter V8 Godzilla. The Godzilla V8 is arriving in the F-150, and it's about to completely redefine what buyers expect from a naturally aspirated half-ton truck. Ford's 7.3-liter pushrod V8 already carries a serious reputation inside the Super Duty lineup. Durability, flat torque delivery, and low mechanical complexity are the foundation it's built on. Expect roughly 430 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque, created without turbochargers, without high-pressure direct injection, and without many of the failure points those systems can introduce. In the lighter F-150 chassis, torque should arrive instantly from the first touch of the accelerator. No boost lag, no waiting for pressure to build. Anyone who's hauled a heavy trailer through mountain roads knows the exact moment a smaller engine starts struggling. Gears hunting, revs climbing, the truck working harder than it should. The Godzilla is designed to make that feel effortless, holding steady in situations where turbocharged alternatives begin feeling stressed over time. The downside is fuel economy. An iron block V8 this large is never going to deliver EcoBoost efficiency. But for buyers focused on long-term durability and effortless low-end pulling power, the Godzilla inside an F-150 will feel like this truck should have had this engine all along. Not every owner needs that level of muscle, though, and the next engine proves the smartest option is sometimes the smallest. Number 5. 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6. Not every F-150 owner needs maximum displacement. The 2.7-liter EcoBoost is expected to produce approximately 325 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. And in a lineup full of massive powertrains, this is the intelligent option for buyers who don't constantly push their truck to the limit. Think about how most F-150s actually live their lives. For many owners, the truck hauls landscaping supplies on weekends and handles commuting duties during the week. Paying for 500 pound-feet of torque and the fuel consumption that comes with it when the heaviest thing in the bed is groceries becomes an expensive waste very quickly. The 2.7 is built exactly for that customer. Enough power for real-world use without the higher running costs of engines designed for much heavier work. Where it starts reaching its limit is under sustained towing loads. Heat and turbo strain become more noticeable in ways the larger 3.5-liter options handle more comfortably. The 2.7 is the correct answer for the right driver. But if serious towing becomes part of daily life, the next engine changes the conversation entirely. Number 4. 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. If one engine defines the modern F-150, this is it. The standard 3.5-liter EcoBoost is expected to produce around 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque.
and it's the powertrain most buyers in higher trims are likely going to encounter. The reason it dominates the lineup is balance. It tows more than the 2.7, runs more efficiently than the V8 options, and avoids the added complexity of a hybrid setup. For frequent towing, boats, horse trailers, equipment haulers, this engine covers the
Broadest range of needs with the fewest compromises. 500 pound-feet arriving low in the rev range means less gear hunting, less strain during steep climbs, and more confidence when traffic suddenly stops while towing onto a highway ramp. Contractors, farmers, and heavy haulers are going to see the standard 3.5 EcoBoost as the true workhorse of the 2027 lineup. But the version coming next takes this exact engine and transforms it into something no work truck should realistically be: genuinely fast. Number 3. 3.5-liter high-output EcoBoost V6. Same displacement, completely different purpose. The high-output 3.5-liter EcoBoost is expected to produce around 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque, specifically tuned for the F-150 Raptor. While the standard 3.5 focuses on efficient towing performance, the high-output version is calibrated for sharper throttle response, high-speed stability, and sustained performance over punishing terrain. Power arrives more aggressively, with a character that makes the truck feel alive in ways no work-focused F-150 can replicate. Combined with the Raptor's long travel suspension, the truck becomes capable of crossing rough terrain at speeds that would completely destroy most other pickups. This isn't the engine for hauling construction supplies. It's built for drivers who spend weekends on trails, dunes, and brutal backroads at real speed. The experience behind the wheel feels entirely different from every other truck in this lineup. But if 450 horsepower still doesn't sound extreme enough, the next powertrain introduces something the Raptor cannot offer: the ability to earn its keep at a job site. Number 2. 3.5-liter PowerBoost Hybrid. The PowerBoost combines the 3.5-liter EcoBoost with an electric motor, producing approximately 430 horsepower and around 570 pound-feet of torque. But the real story is how that power arrives. Electric torque doesn't build gradually. The moment the accelerator moves, the system delivers full force instantly with no hesitation. Early PowerBoost models suffered from battery calibration issues, inconsistent hybrid behavior under load, and software instability. The 2027 update directly targets those problems with improved battery management, refined software, and smoother coordination between combustion and electric power. For the first time, the PowerBoost is being engineered to function as a true workhorse instead of simply a fuel economy headline. Anyone who's tried running power tools at a remote job site with no outlets nearby already understands how limiting that situation becomes. The PowerBoost onboard generator turns the truck into a mobile power station, up to 7.2 kilowatts of available power, enough to support a job site, power a campsite, or even back up a home during an outage. It's easily the most versatile powertrain in the lineup. But versatility isn't what the next engine is chasing. The final engine on this list isn't trying to be practical. It's trying to be unforgettable. Number 1. 5.2-liter supercharged V8. Every other engine in this lineup was built around balance: capability versus efficiency, power versus complexity, performance versus cost. The 5.2-liter supercharged V8 in the Raptor R ignores every one of those compromises. 720 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. The supercharger delivers force instantly. The sound, the acceleration, and the violent response under full throttle place this truck in a category with absolutely no direct competition in the segment. The Raptor R is engineered completely around that power output. Fox suspension with massive travel, wider tracks, and serious underbody protection. Buyers choosing this truck are not cross-shopping hybrids or turbocharged V6s. They want the most extreme factory F-150 ever built, and they're willing to accept every trade-off that comes with it. The 2027 F-150 isn't one truck. It's 7 completely different trucks wearing the same body. The 2.7 serves the smart daily driver. The 3.5 handles the workload. The high-output version pushes the Raptor into genuinely high-performance territory. The Coyote satisfies traditionalists. The Godzilla brings Super Duty muscle into half-ton territory for the first time ever.
The Power Boost finally delivers on its workhorse promise. And above all of them, the 720 horsepower Raptor R reminds the entire industry that nobody else is even competing in the same league. 7 engines, 1 platform, and the decision made at the dealership is going to define every mile this truck drives. This lineup goes far beyond comprehensive, but rivals still have their own weapons ready, including the upcoming next-generation Chevy Silverado, which is expected to arrive with brand new small-block V8 engines, a plug-in hybrid option, and more importantly, a diesel.